Hi everyone. Hmm. I almost never, ever, ever get on Facebook with no makeup, but today it is what it is. I've been struggling. It's Wednesday, and I know I'm supposed to come and talk with you on Mondays, and I just this week it's just been challenging. There's galactic energy waves. There's uh, signs from the universe. The there's been emotional turmoil. Um, there's been here in Orlando. Today is the third marking of the Pulse tragedy. Um, there's been a lot this week, and I've been um, training with my son. Um, he's getting ready to go to college, and oh, I can't get comfortable in this chair. I'm in my chair on my front porch of my house, which is one of my favorite spots. But hey, Maria. But um, I have CBD oil on my knees, and so I can't sit with my knees crossed because my legs keep sliding off of myself. um, so um, I I really hope that was coffee. Some SUV just pulled up in front of my house, opened the door, and like splatted some stuff out on the street. And I'm really hoping that it was coffee and the guy didn't just hurl in my front, like in the street in front of my house. Um, so there's just been all kinds of stuff going on, but I had to share, and I pulled the cards for the week on Monday, and I just couldn't get my head around them because um, it's it was just I don't know. I just couldn't get my head around it. So many of you know that hey Stephanie, many of you know that my husband and I volunteer at Blue Springs State Park, and we work with the manatees. We protect the manatees from um, swimmers because the manatees come into the springs, even though it's not manatee season, and they come in. And so our job is to go out there and teach people about the manatees and also to protect them from the swimmers. And usually people are pretty nice. They're very excited to see a manatee. Some people get genuinely terrified, um, but some people are just assholes about it, and they think that they can like do whatever they want, and they want to hug a manatee, they want to ride a manatee, and so then we have to get kind of like with them. But that's what the rangers are for. But I love being up there. I love being part of the program. I love helping the manatees. I love being in the water in the kayak with the manatees. It's just an amazing experience. But so we were up there on Sunday, and Monday we went to the training field where my son is training 3 mornings a week with this college soccer team, and he's got a very specific training program of what he's supposed to be doing. And so Monday, Wednesday, Friday we go to the track, and he runs, and we run on the field, and I've been running with him, which is why I have CBD on my knees because my knees are sore, and so that we go and he runs the laps and the miles and all the different things that he's supposed to do. So I love that my job is such that I can go with him, and my husband is like, keeps the times and keeps track of everything, and I go out there and I run with him. And for me it's so important because I get to spend this time with my son before he leaves for college. And so when he's running his sprints, I go out there and I run with him. Now it's a complete joke because he's running a 20-yard sprint in 3 seconds and I'm running it in like 12 seconds, and then we'll run a 40-yard sprint or a 50-yard sprint, and I'm just like bringing up the rear. But I'm out there, and I don't quit, and I love it because I know that not that long ago I was suffering from just crippling depression, and really at clinging to the edge of life. And now I can go out there and be with my son, even if it makes my knees hurt. I don't care. So we pull into, we're about maybe a mile away from the park, where the field is and the track is. And it's so cool because in this particular track, there's a bunch of Olympic athletes, sprinters and hurdlers, which is amazing, that train there too. And so there's mad respect for with people who are training and really putting their guts out there. And so these guys are like, have been to the Olympics or are hoping to go to the Olympics. And some of them have, played soccer. Some are from Jamaica or Bermuda. And so, a lot of familiarity with soccer. And so the guys will come over and kick a ball. And it's a nice community. But as we are pulling, about a mile away from the field, my son says to me, there's something on the back of the headrest of the seat that I'm sitting in the front seat. He says, something on the back of the headrest. I'm like, what do you mean there's something? I'm like, is it a bug? He's like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay. So we get to the field and it's a caterpillar and it's like green and yellow caterpillar. Now I get that my son would not have necessarily so much exposure to caterpillars. I'm trying to think where this thing could have come from. So the day before we had been up at the park with the manatees and it was bad weather. So it was thundering and stuff. So I was not in the kayak. We were standing on one of the overlooks looking out into the river and there's lots of caterpillars. And so somebody must have like gotten onto my backpack or my husband's backpack or something and made its way into, when we threw everything in the back of the car, and made its way up onto the headrest. So immediately I'm sitting in the car because we still are like a mile away from the track. And I'm saying, what is the spirit animal? Like, what is the message of a spirit animal of caterpillars? So I look it up, and of course it's about patience. It's kind of like turtles. You have, it's patience, it's metamorphosis, it's welcoming change. But the big message about caterpillars is patience. I'm like, oh, okay, well, so clearly something's coming, and we should be patient. So of course we get to the track and they're going to have a camp there with like a bunch of kids from one of the local high schools uses that field as their home football field, soccer field as well. Even though it's a public park, it's still their field. And so they're going to have a camp and the man was really mean. And we get out of the car. Now we've been there 3 days a week for weeks now. And he's like, well, you can't be here. And the park manager, we've met several times, nice man. He says, oh yeah, you can be here. No problem. Da, da, da. And this guy's like, well, you can't be here. And he didn't explain anything about the camp or liability or, grown-ups around small children with, school programs, which, we can all understand. But he was just mean. And I was just like, instantly my dander was like, well, we've been here and this kid is training for college and the park manager says we can be here and blah, blah, blah. And so finally we just were like, you know what, screw it. And we left. And I was mad, and my husband was mad, and my son was mad, and not one of us exhibited patience in that situation at all. Even though the caterpillar had come beforehand to say, hello, there's something coming up where you're going to need to exhibit patience. And all three of us just went, and it went right out the window. And so we were back in the car, and we're trying to figure out where to go. And I was laughing because I was like, yeah, we all got the sign that the caterpillar wasn't randomly placed in the car, and we all got the meaning of it, and we all just completely ignored it. So I'm telling you this story because even though we see the signs, and I know it was a very long-winded story, but even though we see the signs, we can still totally blow it. So we went over to another local high school where we know that they have a turf field because where my son's going to play in college is going to be on turf. So he really wanted she wants to be training as much as possible on a turf field. So we go over to this other field, and this boy shows up who is one of the kids that my son has known since they were little. They played with each other when they were little. They played against each other. They were nemesis of each other because the other kid is the forward, the striker who scores the goal, and Dylan's job is to be the defender to stop him from scoring the goals. And they ended up having a kick around for about 45 minutes. And it was great for my son. It was great for his head. It was great for his heart. It was great to connect with an old friend because they're friends off the field. But on the field, it's like, warriors. But it was really awesome. And it turned out to be a real blessing. So this camp at the other places this week. So we've been playing at this high school. We've been training at this high school this week. And it's just been lovely. And so next week, we'll go back to the other field. But I just had to share this because even when we see the signs, And it was so, I mean, literally the caterpillar was on the back of my headrest in the car. It could not be more of a direct, clear sign. Something is coming that you need to be patient with. And I missed it completely. Oh, say hi, Susie. Hi, sweet girl. And I missed it completely. And we all missed it. And so I want you to understand that even when you see the sign, sometimes you're going to miss the sign. And that is okay too. I want you to understand that there are crazy, crazy energetic things that are going on in the universe right now with these galactic energy waves that are just sort of like, imagine like a tsunami, like there was an earthquake out in space and now there's a tsunami of energy shifting through the galaxy. So there are energy waves that are just disrupting all kinds of stuff. My electric toothbrush stopped working and then it started working again and it stopped and it started. I'm like, and it's pretty new. My phone has been having problems with like, can you hear me? You can't hear me. You can't, can you hear me? She's so cute. Can you hear me? You can't hear me. And it's like the most bizarre thing. And there's nothing wrong with these things. It's just the galactic energy. So I'm telling you to just hang in there, keep breathing, because it's been really since the beginning of June that, you know, we've been seeing like on the Schumann scale that just the resonance is just going crazy. So I pulled the cards. And so I said when I started, I pulled the cards on Monday, but I couldn't get my head around it. And I'm like, what am I missing? What am I missing? And I kept sitting in it, trying to get some clarity about what information I was supposed to share. And I felt terrible because I'm sharing the cards for the week on Wednesday and at the end of Wednesday. But I really felt like when it was the right time, it would come. So, oh, Stephanie, you're so right. It is completely overwhelming, but keep with your feet in the grass if you can, truly, and touch the tree. So here I try to do this. I turn my phone around. So this is Nakama. This is my tree and the grass. Because Stephanie, you're absolutely right. It's completely overwhelming, and I find myself getting frustrated, and like little things are just like I just am like with little things. But so this is my tree, and I tell you, just put your hands on a tree, put your feet in the grass, stay in the grass, absorb the energy, and just breathe. It makes such a big difference to just and really feel the light coming from above and just cleansing you like a shower, but a shower that's not just going around you, but that's going through you, and allow everything that is driving you crazy to just fall back into the earth and let Mother Earth handle it, and just let all of it just fall back into the earth. It makes such a big difference. And next time you come to visit Florida, let me know and we'll go see the manatees. But so I pulled the cards, and so here's the first card. So Stephanie, hang on to your hat because this is the first card, is that you are safe. You are safe. So yeah, there's crazy chaos stuff going on right now with all this energy, but it's still okay. It's still going to be okay. Oh, my son is home. He's supposed to be at work. Hi. Say hi, Dylan.
Hola.
Hola. It's always nice to see you. Oh, Cheetos. Okay.
I didn't buy them.
Okay, I'm talking to the
I didn't
people.
make enough money to buy them.
Okay, this is a poor day in the valet today.
Yeah, we had 136 in,
Uh-huh.
and I made $8.
$8. Well, thank God they have you on.
Thank God for 4 hours of work and $8 in tips.
It's hard to work for tips. It's hard to work for tips. Okay, so that's the one I'm running with. So you are safe. And so this is the thing I keep coming back to, because we've been having this, monsoon rains. This is the rainy season in Florida. And I know that for a lot of people, like my other son goes to school in St. Louis, it's raining there. They're having flooding. So there's so much rain, and there's so much energy stuff that's shifting, that's making it just go like, like what Stephanie said, I don't know what direction I'm going. And I feel like that. I do. I totally get that. But when I pulled the cards, so of course Archangel Michael, and that we are safe, and then just to allow that things are developing and things are progressing as they should, and that it's all okay. And so then the other one, then this was Archangel Hamuel, and I thought was so interesting was that all 3 cards this week came up blue and yellow. This deck that I use has all different colors for this bottom part and the background part of the card. And all 3 of them came up yellow and blue on the bottom this week. All 3 of them. I thought that was really, really interesting. But so this is talking about career transition. And, this is part of where I was struggling is like, well, what career transition? Because I have a couple jobs and I like them a lot. But I also know that my son is leaving to go to college in just a few weeks. And so that is a career transition because I'm not going to be a mom with a kid in the house. I'm going to be an empty nester, and because he's the last one. So it is a career transition, and I really think that's been a real hard one for me to get my head around. But I love that this card was connected to Hamuel, Archangel Hamuel, because he is he's someone that helps find lost things. And I love that because when I was learning to connect, because I do have a son in spirit, when I was learning to connect with my son in spirit, who would be the youngest, it was Hamuel, who is a humongous help. To say that very quickly, Hamuel was a humongous help to help me connect with him. But Hamuel is about helping us find lost things and getting reconnected. And so we've been talking over the last several weeks and months about what is your special gift and what is what is it that you can put out to the universe. It doesn't have to be a book, or it doesn't have to be a cancer cure. It could just be whatever it is that's your gift that you can put out into the universe, that you can spread your light and share your light with the world. What is that? And that may lead to a career transition, but it also may simply just open other doors for other avenues, which is really how we got connected with the Manatees in the first place. Was I put something out into the universe, and the next thing I knew, I was invited to participate in programs with 2 or 3 different organizations regarding working with the Manatees. So the career transition, it doesn't necessarily have to be your 9-to-5 job, but it can be something else that takes your time, where you share your time and allow that to unfold, allow that to develop, because these crazy shifting energies, a lot of times it's like the guy coming through with those giant push brooms after the elephants at the circus, and they're just sweeping up all the elephant poo, but then what's left is like the clear path for the acrobats or whoever to come through. And so allow that these galactic energies, while they feel like tsunamis, are here to clear out stuff from our lives and just get it out and let it go, so that we can take back our power. Because when you allow yourself to have that shift of, where am I supposed to be? Like, okay, you may need a 9-to-5 job to pay the bills. Totally respect that. But what other places can you put yourself, your energy, your higher vibration out into the universe, and have that where you are having a higher vibration that is affecting those around you, and remembering that you are safe, and allowing that to develop into some kind of new transition. And that will ultimately remind you and allow you to stand in your power, to take back your power, Archangel Raziel, and stand in your power and be able to take back that control of your life, and be able to say, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do with my time? And I think that's the most precious gift. So I also work as a Mary Kay sales director. I've been with Mary Kay for over 2 decades. I think like 22, almost 23 years. And I love being a Mary Kay director. I love doing this. I love being a Mary Kay director. But the truth is that I was for a long time, way high up. And then I've allowed it to come back down to, this is sort of an equilibrium level where I work right now with my Mary Kay business, because it's pretty self-sufficient. But because it is, it allows me to go and do all these other different things.
I'll see you later. Let's do a super Destiny.
Okay, have fun at dinner. Nice socks. But because it is reached this equilibrium point where it's pretty self-sufficient, and it only needs me, to get involved in it a little bit here and there. As much as I choose to, my consultants are very well trained. They know what they're doing. They know they can reach out to me if they need me. And so I was having a conversation this morning with a brand new consultant. She's been in Mary for 2 weeks, brand new, just a lovely woman. And I was explaining to her that I wasn't the appropriate person to adopt her and take her under wing to get her off to this great start, because it's just not where my priorities are with my Mary Kay business right now. And that I wanted to get her connected with a director who was more, had her energy more on cultivating new consultants, because I didn't want her to miss out because I was in a different place. But at the same time, I wanted her to see that I was in a different place, because that's what happens when you allow the universe to guide your steps. Things will take care of themselves. So I don't really worry about my Mary Kay business very much. I love it. I filled with gratitude and appreciation for it. It pays the bills. It creates extra income for things like, whatever, so that I don't have to work a 9 to 5 job, and I don't have to work every day. So I can do this, which I love to do, which fills my heart with passion and joy and gratitude, and sends my vibration out into the universe and raises the vibration and shifts those around me. So I don't have to work 9 to 5 for somebody else. But that's because I spent time building and following my passion and letting my light shine in one place so that I could have a transition to this place. So I think there's so much information in here. And so I want you just to remember, the cards are never wrong. Even if it takes us a minute to really see where they're trying to go, the cards are never wrong. We are absolutely safe. We are safe to pursue the things that stir our heart and our soul, but we're safe to make sure that we are in a job, to appreciate the jobs that we have that allow our bills to be paid and our roof to be over our head, and to really stay in those places of love and gratitude. But when we stay in those places of love and gratitude, we can really hear the calling of our heart of what is it I'm supposed to do? What is shifting around me that will allow me to raise my vibration and shine my light brighter for others, and that will allow me to be more powerful in the universe, and that will allow me to cause more ripples and more of a higher vibration for the people around me. Lots of things to think about this week. And so if you have that stirring in your heart, that thing that's like, I really wish I could, I really wish I would, I really wish I did, something in your heart that says, I would love to go and do blank, find a way. If I can help, call me, message me, text me. I would be so honored to talk through those opportunities with you, where you would be able to look at those things and see where are the places where you can expand your light and expand the ripples that you're sending out into the universe, so that you can figure out how to transition into the thing that really stirs your soul as your main source of income, or how you spend your day, rather than staying in a place where maybe you don't feel alive or welcome or appreciated or sufficiently paid. So whatever I can do to help, having those career transition talks is such an honor to me, to help people really find the thing that is stirring in their soul. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll get this posted up there as well. And invite them to come and follow me on Facebook or Instagram as well. I hope you have a great week. I would love to hear your thoughts. I love reading your comments. Stephanie, I look forward to hearing more about your empty nesting as my empty nesting. I love to read your comments, so please don't hesitate to send comments and messages. And thank you so much for spending some time with me today.